Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Nick here, back with a brand new video. So, today, first and foremost, I do just want to say things are looking beautiful right now. Bitcoin just broke 36.5K, which is a key resistance zone. It's actually a key support zone, too. If we come over here, we see that 36.5K is our massive zone here to really break, right? I have it listed there for a reason. I have it listed there because that is our main overall breaking point for most times when we did break above it, right? We see here, if we get rejected off of it, we do come down lower. That's what happened the last time, at least, right? This time, I'm expecting us to do kind of something similar that we've seen here, where we did break above it, and we pretty much continue to go up. Now, we're not going to probably see some major price action today. We're not going to see 40K or anything like that. But things are looking pretty good for most assets, especially XRP, right? XRP is right now at 89 cents. We are almost at 90 cents overall. My personal target is that 110 mark for a full-on breach of a nice resistance level to break above it and go much higher. As you guys can see, we haven't been pretty much to that $1.10 range since the initial crash down over here, right? And that was from its current point to now over 20 days, pretty much, that we've been pretty much below that point. So if we could pretty much break above $1.10, I think that we could pretty much say that we're going to go to that $1.20 mark to break above it and pretty much see what happens there, because PA, like I said, when we are in a relief rally, it tends to turn bad very quick once some specific targets are breached. Now, of course, breaking down below 36.5K is nothing to worry about in my opinion, but we definitely do have to watch for another breaking point to these lower lows down here. But let's check out the market, because Bitcoin is currently up about 13%, almost 14% overall. XRP up about 6.75% and was up just recently about 8%. It did breach 90 cents on Livecoin Watch, which is pretty interesting to see. We are still below Dogecoin in terms of market cap, ADA of course. So I'm expecting this to breach back to the number 3 spot very soon. We definitely do need to have this case pretty much cleared. I am looking forward to seeing some more case updates. Bitcoin Cash looking pretty good at $630 almost. I mentioned a lot of these assets, like Bitcoin might be up 13, almost 14%. No other asset will really come close to breaching that percentage gain, because as we see up here, Bitcoin dominance is rising in terms of percentage. Market cap still at 1.6 trillion, down about 700 billion overall. But most assets are looking pretty good. HBAR, I believe, is still under 50. It is currently at about, let me see, 51 actually exact, up about 5.5% at about 21.5 cents. So most assets are still looking pretty good. They haven't reclaimed major price zones, except for XRP pretty much breaching that 90-cent mark. That's pretty big for XRP. Realistically, I mean, if we do look at the chart, we do breach 90 cents pretty much every single time that we do try to pump. I'd like to see us break above it at least. We currently did get to that 96, almost 96 and a half. So, a breach above 95 cents to breach out to that 96 plus would be pretty massive right now. We definitely do got to watch for that $1.10 though. I want to see that breach mainly because that's our strong point. That's pretty much a clear sight. 90 to $1 is nothing too crazy for me personally, but I definitely want to see that happen. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about this article. This is from thehill.com. This is discussing cryptocurrency regulations. Basically, regulatory clarity, if you will. We see cryptocurrency industry lobbies Washington for regulatory clarity, and we do see that right now. We see as the Biden administration explores making changes to regulations governing cryptocurrency, the industry is hiring former government officials and ex-lawmakers with extensive knowledge of the regulatory process. So, I mean, overall, we're going to see a lot more regulations coming in. One key thing to note here is the fact that Ripple Labs actually hired a representative from Texas. We see here Michael Conaway, which is pretty crazy because that happened back in February. So when the scrutiny was pretty much at a high tier level in this SEC case. Now, of course, the SEC case kind of falling apart under SEC overall. But yeah, I mean, we are seeing a lot of updates regarding this. You know, it was only a matter of time before regulations come into the space. I mean, a market cap of $2 trillion pretty much put us into the point where, hey, this should be taken serious. It is a serious market overall. Projects are incredibly profitable for a lot of businesses, especially for future businesses, especially in finance. When we look at what XRP is doing, HBAR, QNT, even ALBT as well. A lot of these assets are going to do massive things. So this does need regulatory clarity long term. So a lot of people who are pro pretty much centralization or pro-decentralization, I should say, and looking at, is this going to pretty much bring centralization into cryptocurrency? I don't think so necessarily. Yeah, we will be under the more scrutiny in terms of, tracking transactions and stuff like that, but it is a good thing overall because it means more adoption for enterprise use cases or, for financial use cases as well, including banks and stuff. So, overall, I think regulations are a good thing. I kind of went over that in my last video on XRP as well, so I definitely think that this is overall a pretty good structure. Now, I do want to talk about this tweet. This comes from Bank XRP. This is regarding what Julia Chatterley pretty much posted from CNN. She was talking about the U.S. Senate agrees on a $200 billion plus bill to counter rivals. This is talking about China's overall CBDC kind of thing. And we do see Bank XRP quote this and say, "Hi USA, I know this huge U.S. tech company, Ripple, they offer the best cross-border technology with offices over the globe, 500 plus employees." And we see Mac attack pretty much saying 554 Ripple employees currently right now since June 2021, which is huge, right? I think that Ripple at some point in time, we need to look at it and analyze it from an overall tech specific standpoint, because at this point, yeah, we are most likely going to be getting beat from China in terms of having a CBDC live and in the system overall. I know that Jerome Powell pretty much said, hey, we need to get our CBDC right, not there fast as being the first one out there. But I think that being the first one out there and having it correct is also a big key. So, we do need the CBDC to be first on the street, because whichever CBDC gets released first will have a lot more dominance overall in terms of overseas clients and stuff. But definitely Ripple will be used, in my opinion, because at some point in time we need to efficiently utilize a CBDC, and Ripple, the XRP ledger, allows for scalability and a lot more in terms of moving money across the borders in terms of cross-border payments. Now, I do think that HBAR will be utilized too. I'm not going to say that XRP and HBAR, they're doing incredible things together. Like I said, I'm not going to utilize one than the other. I'm not going to say, hey, XRP is better than HBAR or HBAR is better than XRP. I'm not going to say that. I think that they both will be utilized in huge ways, especially during the financial switch over, because like everybody says, flip the switch. The financial system is definitely going to be switched very soon. But I also want to talk to you guys about this. This is huge, right? So we're seeing Joel Katz, which is David Schwartz, pretty much unveils his vision for federated sidechains on the XRP ledger, for which developers and XRP community members are invited to review and provide feedback. And we see Flare Networks actually respond to this, saying, should federated sidechains come to fruition, we will certainly look at using it to reduce the computational complexity and trustlessly reissuing stablecoins back into the XRP ledger. Which is very interesting to see. I mean, we already know that XRP and Flare is going to be doing massive things, especially regarding interoperability, which we already kind of went over a little bit. Now, I do plan on doing a full-on video on flare very soon. I definitely want to get that out as soon as possible, but it is a lot of information to really go over, and it is one of those kind of boring videos that a lot of people won't have too much interest in overall. But this is how it will work. We see sidechain federator, XRP ledger federator, sidechain, and back and forth, so forth. And we see the vision that each sidechain would function as its own blockchain. They'd have their own ledger and transactions just as XRP ledger does. What makes them sidechains is the federated system, which allows XRP and issue tokens to move from one chain to another. So XRP will still be kind of utilized in this aspect, but it's not like a huge key role, but it is still a pretty big overall idea to really have this federated system into place. We do see federated sidechains could use XRP as their primary asset. In that case, people could use the federation system to move XRP from XRP ledger to the sidechain. Then moved XRP could be used on the sidechain just as it was on the main chain. Anyone could move XRP from either chain to another. And we see functionality as well here. I'm not going to go into too much depth here, but for the most part, we do see the advantages of horizontal scaling, low risk, low effort, long roadmap as well. And we do see changes to the XRP ledger as well. So updates are still coming. Project innovation is still coming. We're seeing a lot more overall vision coming to light from David Schwartz, as well as, for the most part, the XRP ledger, which is we even see is dramatically increasing its decentralization performance and feature set. So it is getting adapted into the market, or I should say it's adapting to the market, I should say, for scalability, etc., and utility. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more and more innovation happening with the XRP ledger, but federated sidechains is a huge key vision here. But we also see this is from today. Ripple lawyers say SEC citing irrelevant evidence in XRP lawsuit. Lawyers of Ripple say that the recent evidence cited against the San Francisco-based payments company by the U.S. SEC is wholly irrelevant and misleading. The SEC accuses Ripple of unlawfully selling its native XRP token as unregistered security and alleges that XRP remains one today. We already kind of went over this overall, but the reason why I brought this up is this is new, first off, but we also see that 37 of the 75 cases cited in the Cornerstone report, approximately 50% of the total, did not involve the sale of digital assets at all. So this entire argument is absolutely garbage. The SEC has nothing on Ripple. I think at this point they're just prolonging this case to really just say, hey, we tried our best, so what are we going to do? But also, the reason why they're prolonging it is because at the end of the day, they don't want you making money. They don't want you a part of the big switch, which is coming. It is happening. I can't stress that enough. We've already seen it overall in terms of all these projects. Like I said, I think that Ripple is going to be a top-tier asset in this class. I know a lot of people don't like to say it, but at some point in time, yes, Bitcoin will fall from the #1 spot. It will be bullish as well. I kind of went over this in one of my HBAR videos, and it is true, right? Ripple will most likely flip Bitcoin for the #1 spot, in my opinion, if it is utilized the way it's supposed to be. And I have no clear, insight on that, but I definitely have zero doubt that it will be utilized the way that it should be, which is cross-border payments. And I think HBAR will be sitting pretty either above it or below it, which means, hey, at some point in time, yes, Ripple will not be in the #1 spot, but it will have the idea, or I should say it should have the accomplishment of being in the #1 spot for as long as it is. But I definitely think that at some point in time, HBAR could be in the #1 spot as well. So I think they both will be utilized in massive ways. But I definitely am very bullish on Ripple, and I think that Ripple is going to do incredible things once this case is out of the way. It is really shackling it down and holding it down at these terrible, undervalued levels. But hey, these are accumulation zones, in my opinion. Anywhere between, this low here to about here is my accumulation zone, which I think is a solid point. 85 cents, in my opinion, is a strong support zone. We breached it a little bit overall, but every time that we breach it, it's not by much. It's about 8 cents, which to a lot of people, yeah, it is a lot, but I buy anywhere between 85 cents and down to 60 cents. Now, of course, I don't massively buy up here. I just average in a little bit. If I do want to do massive buys in, it would be at the 62-cent level down to whatever the case may be, 50 cents or so. But I don't think that we see those levels for a very long time, if ever. It depends on how high Bitcoin can go or how low it could go. As I do mention this 23,000 to $28,000 level quite a bit, and it is very important to really note. But hey, it is what it is. We definitely got to see, but I definitely think that this SEC case is falling apart right beneath them. I think that this entire argument is such a bad portrayed way of going about it, and I think that they're very unorganized overall with this case. I don't think that they have anything, so I think that we are going to be seeing a settlement very, very soon. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys are new. Also, if you guys do want more content, you guys could definitely follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial, and you guys could also join the free Discord down in the description below. I do offer price targets, price charts, everything that you really want and need. But nonetheless, this has been Nick. I hope that you guys are having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. Peace out.